You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. So I changed my breakfast. For years and years and years, I've been doing shakes in the morning, about 4 or 5 days a week. Just like them, easy, fast, make me feel good. But I decided to change and eat some food, so my wife is fixing me overnight oats. She suggested overnight oats. And so she gave them to me this morning, and as she's giving it to me, I said, well, so honey, what's in it? Well, she said, it's overnight oats and chocolate protein. I said, chocolate, great, like Cocoa Puffs. And she said, but you could put vanilla, and you could put blueberries, and you could do overnight oats with strawberries and maybe bananas. You could put some notes in it. You could. And I said, wait a second, Bubba Oat. She sounded like Bubba Gump. She's like Bubba Oat. It's crazy. But you know what? That's what she loves. She defaults to that mode naturally. She's healthy, she's fit, she eats right, and she just wants to share that infatuation. It's almost as if you fall in love for the first time, and you can't stop somebody from talking about something they love, right? It's a daily boost from motivationmove.com, episode 5063, our 19th year. My name is Scott Smith. Good to have you. The positive boost you need every single day, and hopefully a little bit more. And with your permission, I'm going to inspire you today some way, give you an idea to think about. And today, I will tell you, probably a boring idea. Probably boring. You're not going to like it, but you're doing already anyway. You are. You're probably doing it automatic without thinking about it. And what you're doing automatically and not thinking about it is either serving you in a really big way or not. We'll leave it at that. My guess is if you're human, and as we established the other day, 98.8% of the people that listen to the show are human, it's probably somewhere in between, right? There is a myth about life these days that it should be spontaneous. Should have some fun. That's only on Facebook, I think. We should have some fun. Spontaneous. Do what I want to do. True freedom, flexibility, all that kind of stuff. And people are saying, well, why don't I have it? Why am I not having any fun? Why don't I have any truth in my life? Why do I not have any flexibility? Why do I not have true freedom? I mentioned on my Face Your Passion coaching call the other day, somebody said, I'm trying to work for freedom. That's my goal. I said, well, you were born with freedom. It's called free will. You already got that. So what are we aspiring to that for? You already have it. You're free to do whatever you want to do. You know that's the truth, right? I could go down the rabbit hole and say, depending on where you were born and what lifestyle you're born into, doesn't really matter. You're just human. When you're born, you have free will. You have your own mind. You do what you want to do. It's already there. But you get out there and try to be spontaneous, and what many people don't know over time is what they need is a default mode. They need something to count on, something to be their rock. I'm not talking to somebody else. I'm not talking going to church. I'm not talking having friends or anything like that. I'm talking to you. You need something that you can count on that is who you are. It's your thing. It's how you roll. It's what you do. Spontaneous. It's a lot of fun. It is, but in small doses. I used to be a spontaneous guy. I've kind of pulled back a little bit. Still, that on occasion, I'll whip it up pretty good, just when you least expect it. But if you want to be happier, more successful, and make life easier, you got to live in default mode. Now, like I said, my wife lives in default mode all the time. And that's okay. It makes life easier for me because she's very predictable. I know exactly what's going to happen. She doesn't always know the same about me, so I have to work on that for her. But I've learned a lot from it. When I started this business a lot of years ago, the Daily Boost podcast and our parent company, motivationtomove.com, we actually started with the Motivation to Move show. A lot of you guys remember that. It was a fitness thing. I was in a kickboxing class, and I thought, well, heck, I can teach you. I was teaching the class. I said, I can teach you to do kickboxing, but can I motivate you to do things other than kickboxing? And that's where this thing started. Motivation Move came from there. And I used to help people lose weight a lot because when you come from the fitness background, that's what you do. So most people don't want to get muscle on their body. They just want to lose weight, right? So you learn to help people lose weight. And somebody come to me and say, Scott, I want to lose some weight. I said, well, what are you eating? Well, I don't really know. I said, well, we have what we call a default diet around here. Oh, what's a default diet? Well, your default diet is called I don't really know. Huh? Well, it's true. If you're every single day trying to lose weight, but the diet you're eating is the I don't know diet, then that's what you're defaulting to. You're going to get, I don't know what you're going to get, but that's what happens with the I don't know diet, right? Instead, what we're going to do is going to create a default diet for real. What does that mean? Well, it means choosing the food that makes you feel good, that makes you healthy, and yes, helps you lose weight. Lock it in. Don't go off the pattern. This is what I do. So I'm not saying restrict yourself. I'm saying choose the food you want. Choose a breakfast, choose a lunch, and choose a dinner or two that you're going to do throughout the course of the week. Choose a certain kind of food you're going to eat. Choose the foods you're not going to eat. Just make that decision up front in advance. You can do the same thing for the gym. You can choose a workout you're going to do, or if you're even going to work out at all. You can choose what you do at the office. You can choose your spouse. You can choose a default romantic relationship. Oh, they'll think it's spontaneous, trust me. But you've decided this is your ritualistic default routine to keep your wife happy. I have coached that many times. I think my biggest skill set that I've ever gained, and I do with all my clients, with all the work I help them do, and most of my clients at this point today are male. It's not always been the case. Doesn't really matter. In almost every case, I help keep them married. Why? Because I kind of give them this default thing to stay romantic. It's a simple concept. Anybody can do it.
Thinking about refreshing the carpet in your home? Now's the time to do it. For a limited time at the Home Depot, get 10% off installed carpet projects on trusted brands like LifeProof with pet-proof technology, Home Decorators Collection, and Traffic Master. Plus, with installation starting at just 49 cents per square foot, upgrading your space is more affordable than ever at the Home Depot. Offer valid June 11th, 2026 through June 28th, 2026. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
So when you have a default anything, when you're living in default mode, you're still spontaneous. You're still predictable. In fact, most of what you do by default, it's not going to be 24 hours, 7 days a week. No. It's going to be little bits and pieces. What time do you get up? What kind of food do you eat? What time do you go to the office? What kind of car do you like to drive? I don't know. It's all these little things. What's your style? What kind of clothes do you want to wear? What kind of friends do you want to have? You're doing stuff like that. You're figuring out by default, who am I? Who I am. When you default to that, you decide what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what gets the progress you want, whatever that happens to be to you. And I can't help you with that right now because this podcast is not about that right now. But when you decide who you are and you stand your ground, you default to it. You're kind of living a valued, principled stand in your life, aren't you? And every now and then, you wing it a little bit. Listen, I have a default when I ride my motorcycle, my beautiful Harley Davidson Street Glide. I have a default. I'm going to ride in a certain way. You're not going to get me off that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun, but I'm not going to wreck my bike either. Very careful on what I do. Going to stay alive. When I get to the place I'm going to have some fun. So it's going to happen. Decision-making is easier. Continuity is established. You know who you are. Friends know who you are. They know what to expect. I got to tell you, right now, you are living default in a lot of different ways. So maybe today you should spend a little bit of time thinking, I'm defaulting to this. Is it working for me? Thank you, Dr. Phil, for that. Is it working for you? Must be. You're doing it, right? You're defaulting to something that is either making you happy, making you successful, making you do what you want to do in your life, or you're defaulting to something that is not. And the only person who can figure that out is you, because I got to tell you, anybody who knows you already knows that about you. You just don't see it yourself. My theory of default efficiency is simple. See, that's the thing about having a podcast. You can make up theories just like give it a fancy name. Figuring out what works and doing it by default is easy. Figuring out what works, consistently doing it by default, or default if you want to call it that, it's easy. It gets great results consistently. It relieves decision fatigue. It allows you to stretch, but still on your terms, doing it your way. Living your life in default mode is the fastest way of reaching any goal you have, and I think it makes you instantaneously happy. The power of I said, Scott, I am happy. I said, yeah, but could you be happier? Well, I guess. Okay, let's work on the power of happier. This reminds me of what I used to a long time ago. I said, here's the trick to get what you want in life. Just be more gooder than badder. That's it. What's that mean, Scott? Well, most of the time, be good. Every now and then, fool around, have some fun. Okay. That's old time stuff right there. You know, no matter where you are right now, ultimately, you can do anything if you remember the world's simplest success recipe. Stand up, take a step, repeat. Just keep on moving till you get what you want. I know it's simple, and the trick is how do you do it in between? I will suggest that if you show up for the Daily Boost tomorrow, you will find another way to keep yourself in continuous, non-stop, automatic, motivational state. And tomorrow, some steps to change and help you do that. I'll see you on tomorrow's Daily Boost.